Okay, so I woke up in the middle of the night, figured out what was wrong. Figured out what went wrong. I asked ChatGPT here. I was like, hey, pack ordering's correct. Yep. Okay. Refactored it. Occasionally gives me this error. Invalid literal int for base 2. And the reason it did that is because the format identifier was wrong. So it wasn't actually anything wrong with that code. So if we just go back and fix our code so that it's not broken, because it wasn't broken. There's nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it. It wasn't broken. Unpack block states. Same thing with this. It's got that negative in there. That's because it was interpreting it as a signed integer instead of an unsigned integer. That's the only problem there. And that so I didn't need to do any of this. It was all working before. It'd be nice if I had a timestamp on these so I knew when it was that I sent this. I feel like this is wrong though because it doesn't look like it's got the reverse thing in it. Let's go back to Minecraft scripts. MC interface. Hours ago. Why is this? Two days ago, 3 years ago. No. I don't want. I just want the version history. Where's the version history for this file? History. There we go. January 27th. That was yesterday. January 26th. Unpack block states. MC interface. No, I just want the whole code. The whole code for when I had that. You commit details. Copy the SHA. View the code at this point. Yeah, there we go. That looks like the code that I've got right here. Okay. Exactly the same. Alright, so I guess that was working then. And then our ChatGPT code over here. Repacking. Repack the integers. Encode payload. Repack the integers. Bit length. Let's just separate this out. So we can see what it is that we're doing. Don't need the symbols representation. Just need to see that my code from last time is the same as repack the integers. Bit length, stride, IDs per int, binary chunks format, bit length, Binary string join reversed bit chunks IDs per int for range 0 line binary chunks self payload. Yeah, so that's the same. That's the same code there. If has attribute. Block states. This is up in MBT tag 12. Here. If has attributes. There. Okay. We're over here in Minecraft working. We've got test B and test BB. We want to delete this, copy this, test B. We want to run Forester. We want to break on that. That never gets called. Run it. Empty string. Unpack block states. Maybe it was, maybe this one was the problem and the other one was fine. Two separate problems. Okay, we've got a list of binary chunks. 342. Binary chunks, we want the last two binary chunks. Last 2 to the end. Yeah. That doesn't look right to me. Why is it not reversed? Why is it not reversed? Data palette. Bit length is equal to bit length of the palette. Are we updating the palette before we unpack the block state data? Are we updating the palette before we... Oh no. Oh no. That would break it for sure. That would break it for sure. Block. That's not going to break it because we're not changing anything. This one would definitely break it because we're adding a block to the block data. We're adding an item to the palette, and then we're trying to unpack the block data based on the new palette length, not on the old palette length. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, yeah, that would definitely break things. That would definitely break things. Update the section. Make a new section. Okay, now unpack the block data. Unpack the block data before altering the palette. You madman! You absolute madman. Now we could mess with the palette since we have unpacked the data. None type object has no attribute palette. Okay, okay. Yeah. If palette is none, bit length equals 4. Else bit length is that thing. Okay. None type object has no attribute palette. None type object. Data.palette. Why do we have data and palette, but then we're referencing data.palette? Do we ever use this? Palette is none. Has no attribute palette. So palette isn't none, but data is none. Data should be the tag, the NBT tag 12. If data is none. I feel like I'm messing everything up here. Data. Palette data. If palette is none. If is instance palette int unpopulated section data equals none. If data is none, gets new block data. Data palette. So there's a case where we're going to generate data when we just have a section filled with air and we're trying to add air. Which is why I had this inside here. Where we'd only generate the data if we couldn't find the palette. We couldn't find the ID for the palette. break out of the property search. So I think we can do it here. Because that's the only place where we're adding block data to the palette. This stays the same, this is the same, this is the same. So we should be able to take all this, put it right here. Get new data. It doesn't have unpacked, then unpack the data. And then I think this becomes we don't have a palette. No, you have to have a palette. We can't do this without a palette. Okay. Run it. Finish it. Doesn't have an error. Test B. Over to saves. Run Minecraft. I'm kind of concerned still that that thing doesn't have the reversed in the bit thing, but let's find out. Should be covered in trees. Completely enclosed in trees. Yes, we are. It worked. It worked. All right. Code is functional again. Let's do some more tests. Where was that spot that we were testing before? With the, oh. Is this, am I going in the right direction? Yeah, this is the right direction. It's over here on this hillside. Yeah, I was like, oh, am I going the right direction? I don't see my gargantuan tree thing. No, it's because I deleted the gargantuan tree thing. Used to be a gargantuan tree thing right here. That was the old version. The old test version. It was over here, I think. I don't know. We had some arrows over here. Let's make some trees over here. Test B. Put it over here. We want to make a bunch of trees. Tree count. 17 plancular radius. Let's do this like 16 and 35. Want these trees to be 55, edge height 10. So they're going to get short at the edge and tall in the middle. Now we're going to make maybe edge height 30. Height variation, It's fine. Wood. Okay. Run it. Test B again. Here we go. We should have a bunch of big trees. Look at this. It's a bunch of big trees. Ooh. Is there mangrove trees? And none of the chunks are corrupted. Well, don't speak too soon, but so far, none of the chunks are corrupted. Look at this. Got some lovely jungle-style trees. Got some mangrove trees. Yes! Yes! Nothing is broken so far. Now, we were breaking stuff because stuff was close to the ground. So, let's see if we can go over where we had where we were breaking stuff before. I think it was over here on this hillside, right? Yeah, it was right over here on this hillside. And we want to just do a whole bunch of real small trees so that the ground cover is got good density, you know. Just in case our thing is still broken. Because I think we took out all our instrumentation code now. We don't have, you know, was length and is length and all that. Tree count. 47. 9 to 35. Center height. 15. Edge height 15. Run it. Boom. Run it again. Boom. Amazing. All right, and it was over here. We were breaking stuff over here. It's not broken anymore. We're breaking stuff over here. And this isn't broken anymore. Okay. It seems like it's working. I mean, it seems like everything is fixed now. Yeah, let's just run some more tests, I guess. There's our grove of big trees. Let's flood this zone. Put them in there. Even more trees. 55. Tree count. 147. Run it. Boom. There we go. It's going to be a little harder to see if we've got a bad chunk. But so far, it's looking very promising. Not seeing any big ol' 16 by 16 square corrupted chunk zones. So I think we fixed it. This is one of those things where it's like, but did we really fix it? Yeah, I think we did. I think we fixed it yesterday, but then we broke it trying to fix the problem when we didn't understand what the problem was. Because it was that unsigned integer flag. We were using signed integers instead of unsigned integers, and then we broke it. And we found something this morning, though. We found something this morning because we were trying to decode the data based on the new palette length instead of the old palette length. So that was definitely a bug that we hadn't noticed before. I hadn't noticed before. But now this seems to be totally functional. Absolutely, totally working. Let's test it some more. More tests. More testing. Test it over here. In fact, we could probably test this over here, just like underneath these big trees. So we've got these big trees, and then we could just test it with the small trees too. Just be. $187. Edge height 5. Did like 19 down to 5. I don't know what happens if it gets too short. I kind of forget what happens if it gets too short. I think it ends up with just like a little trunk and it doesn't make any foliage. But let's find out. Control Shift F10. Seems unnecessarily complicated. Ooh. Saved it in 2 regions. Oop. No, we gotta copy our data back over. Although at this point, I could just put the script here in this save file and run the script, because I'm not doing debug on it right now. And then we wouldn't have to keep copying stuff over. Oh, we were up in the foliage. I was like, why don't I see my new trees? It's because they're down here. They're all down here. Look at all these tiny trees. And if we're corrupting a chunk, it should show up pretty readily because it'll slice through all of this stuff too. It'll regenerate the whole chunk. And it looks like everything is just working. That is great. we've got these tiny little trees down here. Okay, so that might be a little bit wrong. That's not quite right. I should probably do some edge case testing for like really small trees. But if you wanted really small trees, you could have normal Minecraft trees. This isn't about making the smallest trees possible. It's about making the biggest trees possible. Okay. All right. So this seems to be working. Now I want to see if I can make a gargantree. A really gigantree. So let's do that. We're in saves. We're going to copy Forester over to here. Open with a text editor. Grab. Grab the script. This is in Mojang Minecraft Saves. Just gonna make one. And the clear radius is gonna be 12. And the width is 3. It's gonna be procedural, sure. And the center height is gonna be 200. Save it. Run it. Doesn't seem to have done anything. That ran way too fast. Is it done? Did it actually do something? Maybe it's alright, well, let's see what happens. Forester, plant radius. What happened there? You just couldn't find a spot to plant it, maybe. 12.3, 200. Works here. Stop. Works here. Why doesn't it work here? It's not allowed to run there or something. Well, that's very obnoxious. There. permissions. File permissions. There it is. There's our gargantry. Oh, it came out to be a severe one too. Or no, it's a cone. There we go. World tree sized giant tree. Christmas tree. It's the Doom Christmas tree. We've got to be pretty close to the world height map. Got a ways to go still. What's this? Flowering azalea. Let's break our way into this tree here. The density is unreal. Are we going to break through to the other side? No, here we go. All right, yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. A little dense, but not too bad. Oh, yeah. And everything seems to be working perfectly. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's do it again with an even bigger tree. Four hundred blocks tall. He errored out on the other one. Ah, here we go. Get block data. Section block states of payload. Block states. Key error. Didn't have a block states. If block states in section block states equals that thing else block states equals none. Block states Data in block states, data equals that. Else data equals none. Else block states equals none. Data equals none. And palette equals none. Palette. If we got block states, then palette equals block states of palette. If you've got data, then get the data. Otherwise, all this is none. Okay. Try it again. That was surprisingly short. Oh, it was probably a jungle tree and it's just like a big old stick sticking up. Let's find out. Yep, there it is. It's just a big old stick, giant wood stick. Okay, that's it. Giant old stick up to map height. Well, I mean, it was easy to generate. Good job. I feel like these jungle trees are just a little bit too narrow. But, yeah, here we go. Okay. Well, that was uninteresting. Let's try again. Try again. I should be able to just run this. There we go. Now it's doing some work. Some real work. I'm also kind of curious what happens if I add an item to the palette that isn't in the block list. Like it's in the Minecraft block list. Like the list of, you know, the normal Minecraft blocks. Because, uh-oh, MBT12 object has no attribute unpacked. Unpack the block data before altering the palette. Okay. Imaginative palette if setting of B palette. Okay, so we've got an edge case where we can find the data in the palette, but we haven't unpacked the data yet. Okay, let's carefully change this because everything is working except for that one thing. Set block. All right, so we're gonna, if palette is none, no chunk, return none. This is an unpopulated section, so if it's just error, then return true. Fine. Sections index. We're gonna make a new section. Section block states. Palette is block states palette. Data equals none because we don't have any data. Found false. Search the palette. For I in range of the palette, we're going to look for the name. We're going to find it. If data is none, generate some data. If we're generating a thing, then we got to generate that. We got to generate the data before we unpack it. But if we did find it, we still want to unpack the block data. Because maybe, just maybe, we found it in the block data already. We found it in the palette already, but we haven't unpacked the block data. All right. Run it again. I'm going to run it twice. Saving a lot of chunks. Okay. I'm glad we're doing all this testing. This is good. This is very good because otherwise we wouldn't have, yeah, look at that. We wouldn't have found that error. There we go. I don't even know where our other tree is now. Oh no, it's a cone tree. Where even is everything else? It's just like the gargantuanest cone tree. There's Where's our other jungle tree? Yeah, there you go. This cone tree is cutting off the top of that cone tree. It's so huge. Oh, goodness. Are we getting particle effects all the way down to the ground here? I'm kind of curious. Do these keep going? Or do they despawn? Looks like they despawn after a while. Okay. That's working again, finally. For the umpteenth time. Still working. Let's make a bunch of little trees around this. Clear radius, like 32, plant ring radius 163, tree count maybe like 75, shape procedural, center height not 400, maybe like 80, well, even 80 is a little tall. 60, edge height is like 15. Yeah. No roots. We haven't fixed the roots yet. But now that it looks like nothing is totally broken, we can probably start going in and fixing some of this other stuff. Generate the foliage. Generate the roots, trunks, and branches. Save all the chunks. Save all the sections. Open it up and now we've got a bunch more trees. Oh, they're all cherry blossom trees. How nice. Now this is planting on the ocean, which is probably fine. I think mangrove trees plant on the ocean pretty well. That works well. Yeah, look at this. And no chunks have been corrupted. It's still working. I can hardly believe it. I can hardly believe it's still working. Oh man. And these are getting planted way out here. That's really nice how it's got those little clusters of trees everywhere. Oh no, that was a cluster of trees we made before. This one's new. Look at that cute little tree. Cute little giant tree. All right. That is glorious. And Minecraft isn't lagging. Everything's working fine. We've got trees for days and days. Okay. I'm going to call this very early morning stream a success. I woke up in the middle of the night. I was like, I know what's wrong. I can fix it. Turns out I didn't know what was wrong, but I was on my way to fixing it anyway. We fixed a couple of bugs. And everything is working now. It appears so far that everything is working now. So, yeah. Big trees are back in Minecraft, my dudes. Behold, the biggest of all tree fullnesses. I should make this a thing. You can't even see the whole tree. You can't back up enough to see the thing. There you go. It actually looks nicer when you can't see that it's off the map height limit. But yeah, there we go. Screenshot for this. Clip it. Big trees are back in Minecraft, my dudes. Check it out. Ha ha! All right. Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bye.